Thought we'd take a second to go over these nice and clean flushable wipes. Now, this is the bag I've been using. You can see it's gone through it. This is how it looks brand new. But these things have been the most impressive. I've done a lot of testing on a lot of the competing brands. I'm not going to name any of them, but these have been the strongest and they break down the quickest. So I thought we'd do a quick demonstration of that. So I'm going to set these to the side. I have just pulled out one of the Nice and Clean wipes, which is the brand that I'm reviewing right now. And to give you a quick look at that, I have a jar of water on there, so it tore that. But this is the texture. If I can get that to zoom in, and it's very smooth. There's no problem with actual use with fingers punching through or anything like that. This is a leading competitor. A little more airy. You can see more daylight through that versus this. But let's take a look at how they react when we put them in water. So take the lids off of these. Now, I did maintenance for years and I have plunged hundreds of toilets, so I still do not flush them, even though they say they're flushable. But if I had to, I would go with Nice and Clean. So I'll throw leading competitor in, or a leading competitor, and the Nice and Clean here. Put them in water, put the lid on, and it's no joke that the Nice and Clean break down really, really quick. So we're just going to take these and five shakes. Pop this off. Pop this off. If I pull this out, this thing is still perfectly intact. A leading competitor. Nice and Clean though. Already breaking down. So this pulverizes so quickly. I mean, it's already, there's no effort in that. It's just mush. This one though, still intact. What I found is the leading competitors, they all break down after about 30 minutes or so. I might roll some B-roll footage and you can see that, but this is still structurally pretty dang sound. Can be ripped, but this one is pure mush at this point. Imposes really no, clog in my opinion. But yeah, these have been great. I would highly recommend that if you had to flush a wipe, go with the Nice and Clean. They advertise that it breaks down 5 times faster, and from my experience here, that seems to be the case. I have tested 5 or 6 brands now, and I've been the most impressed with this. I do have a few stats I can read off. I did a test where I hung the wipe by 2 corners, or actually 4 corners. I had 4 corners that were all spread out so that it was a flat wipe, and then I placed weights on the center to see when it would break. And the Nice and Clean won that test amongst all of the flushable wipes, not the wipes that you're not supposed to flush. Those are made out of plastic. But the flushable wipes, it was able to hold 378 grams, or about, on average, out of 3 tests. And that would translate to 13.33 ounces. The leading competitor in the industry was only able to do 4.23 ounces. And then I did another test where I hung the wipe by 2 corners, and then on the bottom, so that it was like this, it was hanging from this corner and this corner. And then on the bottom, I clipped 2 clips as well, and then I put a bucket at the bottom, like an empty cup, and I filled it with weights. And the Nice and Clean was able to hold, on average, 1 pound, 3.7 ounces, with the highest being 1.8 ounces, or 1.5 pounds. And the leading competitor in the industry was only able to do 9.77 ounces. So these are much tougher structurally, and they break down, as advertised, at least 5 times faster. In my opinion, 5 shakes in water and they're already mush, whereas these take about a half hour to break down. As you can see, still structurally there. So go with the Nice and Clean.